Hello and welcome to the Thursday edition of the SMILE Syndicate Music Hour, the home of Funtime music and comedy. We are coming at you live to tape from Smiles in Alberta, the podcasting capital of the world. I'm excited to hear today's songs. Let's go, Jason.
Well, thanks, Miss Elizabeth. Another blockbuster entertainment introduction.
That's right.
Straight out of the gate. You're setting us up for the greatest Thursday probably ever, Miss Elizabeth. I don't want to oversell it.
Could be.
But that's what I feel. That's what this show has got to be. That's what we got to deliver to our dear listener friend.
Yep.
Thank you so much, dear listener friend, for listening to us today. Your attention is valuable. You don't just put your ears on any old random thing. There's some selectivity behind this, I'm sure. You're not just some gadfly who flitters around putting their ears towards anything that happens to come up across the transom in the podcast arena.
They're selective.
You're discerning.
Yeah.
We thank you for it.
That's right.
And that's more than I can say for our studio audience here. We have a full house once again here in Smile Syndicate HQ. And Miss Elizabeth, you know how I my patience wears thin quite quickly with our studio audience. They don't help the show. They positively hinder the proceedings. I've said that before. I'll say it again. But this time they've gone too far. They're disturbing me outright. They are dressed to the nines, every last one of them. They've got tuxedos and ball gowns and who knows what else.
I would have thought you would have approved of this.
Yes, but on top of that are cloaks and masks.
It's like a
bizarre.
masquerade.
It's up there going to some eyes wide shut party after the show ends, Miss Elizabeth. They can keep their freaky deaky stuff to themselves. And I would like to remind our studio audience that the yellow tape line on the floor is meant for you not to cross it. So I suggest you keep that stuff on the other side of the tape. That's what I got to say to you.
It's probably just a masquerade ball. Probably not such a big deal.
Nothing, no freaky deaky, nothing weird going on there, Miss Elizabeth. And here we go. Yeah, it looks like the pneumatic tube wants to get in on the action. Probably a late RSVP saying, sign me up for that freaky mansion party.
Yeah.
Whatever you, I don't know.
There's a little bit of glitter came through this time.
This town gets up to stuff, and I don't know what it is. I'm not included. I don't want to be. Miss Elizabeth, what anonymous ne'er-do-well is bombarding us with unwanted messages today?
So sometimes these come anonymously, as you know, Jason. So I'll just have to read the message and see what we've got.
Can we just put a potato in the pneumatic tube and be done with it? I don't know why we read these messages.
You've done that before.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Just like a food delivery service.
Something better than a potato. Something that'll stop these messages because it's going to be an insult, and then it's going to be a rude, demanding request for a song.
Okay, well, here's what this message says.
Okay.
It says, I hate your yodeling.
Yodeling.
You're terrible at it, so stop it. Other podcasts have way better yodeling, and you guys just can't compete. You're embarrassing yourselves. Play Rumpus Room.
Well,
it was definitely meant for us.
Yeah, the thing
we don't yodel. I thought it was for the yodeling podcast.
No, this is meant for this show, and jokes on you, you anonymous ne'er-do-well. I never yodel on the show. That's private time.
You rarely yodel on the show.
Can we just play Rumpus Room and
Let's go.
Get on with it?
Yeah.
Rumpus Room by the Smile Syndicate right here on the Smile Syndicate Music Hour.
Well, Jason, has that cheered you up a little?
Well, a little bit. Smile
Okay,
Syndicate
good.
song is always good for what ails you. Unfortunately, the effects only last for so long. It doesn't give you immunity from nonsense in the
Apparently,
long term.
Our audience is what ails you. That
Yes, I
seems
guess
to
so,
be the
'cause
theme.
Look what they're up to now, Miss Elizabeth. They're getting a bit too. They're starting to loosen those robes a little bit.
Some
And
ties are coming loose.
yeah, and I thought there were tuxedos and ball gowns under there, and I was wrong, Miss Elizabeth, flat out wrong.
Well, they're not taking their clothes off in our studio.
No, they already
so.
did that before they got here. It's cloaks and masks, and that's it. Studio audience, please behave yourselves while we're taping this show.
Maybe they're just fans of your nude songs.
I don't.
Because you have a series of nude songs.
Well, they better just keep that just in the realm of theoretical possibility.
Well,
we don't need that going down here tonight, Miss Elizabeth.
If you do require a nude song now, you can go to Spotify and find there's 4 of them by the Smile Syndicate.
That's right. Well, we got to run down today's show. There's a tremendous grab bag of Funtime entertainment coming straight at you, dear listener
There
friend.
always is.
More songs. We're going to be checking in with the round wheel of mystery, that cursed devil-made object. We spin it. It tells us what song to play on the Smile Syndicate jukebox. And then at the end of the show in the marquee song slot, that most coveted spot in all the podcasting, Miss Elizabeth, Magic Mile. Speaking of the nudes song cycle,
Yeah.
there's one song right there about nude hitchhiking.
There you go.
We're going to listen to that at the end of the show.
Yeah. Inspiring.
And it's not just music. It's called the Music Hour, but we got to give you the fun time capering as well. It can't just be music all the time. We're going to check in with the Smileton news. Miss Elizabeth is
Oh, yeah.
combing those mean streets.
Yeah,
and
I've got some stories.
She's yanked the headlines straight out of the mouths of the participants in the news story themselves. And she's here to deliver the goods. But first, oh man, my mood has improved already.
Oh yeah?
This is my favorite segment that we do.
Uh-oh.
For a lot of reasons. One, I don't have to write anything because it's my buddy Lance, proprietor of the greatest guitar store in the world, Music by Lance.
Yeah.
He he's so generous. He gives us these messages of rock. He knows how to rock. He's been doing it for decades.
Is this another Lance Brock's rock
It
talk?
is another Lance Brock's rock talk. Let's get to it. This is my buddy Lance. He hasn't got the time. He sees that Angel doesn't have to come on the show and deliver his messages, my yoga instructor. So he says, "Why should I? Just read it out. Make sure you get the name of my store right." And he's done. Well, Lance, I'm happy to help. Let's hear some Lance Brock's rock talk right now.
And he basically composes this with just like one of those recorders, and then it just you transcribe it
He
for
gets
him.
his secretary to transcribe it. Maybe so,
Yeah,
Miss Elizabeth.
okay.
But this is straight from the heart in any case. Hello and rock on and welcome to Lance Brock's Rock Talk. I thought getting my own show would be pretty much a waste of time since anyone who's looking to rock already knows
does
how.
Lance have his own show?
We're listening to it right now.
Oh, okay. So our show is the show that he's
It's
talking
his show
about.
now, Miss
Okay.
Elizabeth. Anyone who's looking to rock already knows how in their effing bones. But since this show hit the airwaves, it's taken off, and I'm hearing from the customers at my store that they effing love the show, and the only effing problem they have with it is that it isn't long enough, and I say no effing kidding to that. Lance, I hear you. Point taken. I think this little segment we give to you is probably not enough. Maybe next time we should just devote the full time to Lance Brock's Rock Talk, parts 1, 2, and 3.
No.
Oh, Miss Elizabeth, that's a special. That's a future episode coming up right there.
We have a lot of other things to get to in our show.
You're
We hardly have this. Like
you're
letting him
tripping
do
over
this
your
much,
words. You're
it's too
saying
many.
no. You're saying no when you
It's
mean
too
yes.
many minutes already.
No. Let's continue the fun. Having my own show and getting to say whatever the F I want is pretty effing awesome. And when you come right down to it, I'm looking for more effing rock travelers to effing join me on my show. I feel like I'm pretty much a combination of Ozzy and Randy Rhoads, but without a bass player and a drummer and maybe a hot keyboard player, this band just ain't effing complete. So maybe I'll get some bad to the effing bone rockers and maybe some hot rock chicks on here to be my co-hosts or something. It could rock. So that's Lance is getting carried away with enthusiasm, and I support that. But I don't know how this would work. Would his co-hosts join us in the studio, and I would pretend to be Lance?
So he didn't.
It doesn't make sense to me, Lance.
He didn't even list us as co-hosts.
No,
is what I noticed.
We don't factor into Lance's equation. This episode of Lance Brock's Rock Talk is brought to you by Music by Lance, your total effing rock guitar solution store for those looking to rock the foundation with rock played with pure force and no effing compromises. If you're looking to be one of those sad sweater wearing, picnic having rock, if you're looking to have one of those sad sweater wearing, picnic having rock experiences like a loser poser, then may I humbly effing suggest that you take your sorry ass over to the other guitar store in town, Rock Stallion Guitars, where its owner, the lamest poser of all time, the soup sipping Mitch Winchell, then be my effing guest.
Wow. You know, can I just cut in here and just
Why?
notice that the words loser and poser are written the same, like similar, but they sound very different. Loser and poser.
Well, Miss Elizabeth, you've got your eye trained on what matters. I never noticed that poser and loser are pronounced differently.
Yeah, I've stepped back from the content and I'm doing more of a meta-analysis on this one.
I suggest you get up to your neck in the content.
It should be loser pooser or
no, it shouldn't.
Loser
Miss
poser.
Elizabeth, I'm going to recommend if you seek to interrupt Lance Brock's Rock Talk one more time, it damn well better be for a good reason.
All right, noted.
Some of you got excited when he had that guitar. This is Mitch Winchell, the lame poser, other guitar store guy.
The lame poozer.
Some of you got excited when he had that guitarist from Motley Crue come in and do a guitar signing at his store last week, and I just shake my effing head. I choose not to host these kinds of effing events because writing on guitars ruins the tone, which makes it rock less hard, and plus, rock is about something more than a popularity contest. So while he brings the rock stars in to help him sell guitars, I'm still focused on effing rockin', plain and simple. Take your pick, Smileton. I know what I'd effing choose. Yeah, sing it, Lance. When I come to a guitar store, I'm looking for strings. I'm looking for pedals. I'm maybe looking for a new axe. I'm not looking to be standing in line while some rock star takes his pick of the groupies to take him into the back room. That's not what rock is about, Miss Elizabeth.
Okay, noted.
Oh, man. Speaking of chicks, I know which one I'm definitely not asking to be my co-host. I met this chick at Handsome Mike's, my favorite effing bar, because they have this cool jukebox in there that only has Skynyrd songs on it. She looked super hot, and she was wearing this Poison t-shirt with the sleeves cut off. And even though Poison is pretty much the effing definition of a poser band, and even when those albums came out, I totally knew that they were 180 degrees opposite of rock. Well, that's an odd sentence. So she comes up to me, and I'm a few beers into the effing party time, and she's just sitting there doing some air guitar while Skynyrd's playing, and she goes, "Buy me a drink, rock star?" And I'm all, "F yeah, but keep it under $10 because I only brought cash, and I'm getting effing wasted tonight, and I washed my debit card, and it doesn't work anymore, and I'm planning to drink all night." And she was totally into it. So I bought her a beer, and we just sat there, and she was asking me all about my store. And she was like, "I've never met anyone who's rocked as hard as you." And it didn't take me long before I was effing ready to take her to the effing amusement park, if you catch my effing drift. I was telling her about what a loser Mitch Winchell is when she suddenly goes, "Give me a tour of your store." And I'm like, "You don't have to effing ask me twice." So we go there, and I'm showing her around the store, and she's effing into it and stuff. And then she goes, "So it's just two of us here tonight." And I'm all, "Yeah, who the F else would be here?" So she goes, "In that case, why don't you go into the bathroom to freshen up?" So I go, "F yeah, no problem." So I go in the can, and I'm just standing there because I don't know what the F freshen up means. And then I hear some F. Miss Elizabeth likes that. Well, he's just standing there. He doesn't know. He's got a longer term goal in mind here, and a woman tells him to do something. He's doing it. He's gonna go freshen up. There's no clue what that means. He's just standing there in his bathroom.
It's like a lasagna pie of stupid.
I don't know why I'm laughing. You're riffing on my buddy. He's a good guy, Miss Elizabeth. You should cut him some slack here. So he's in his can freshening up. Then I hear some effing sounds out there, like some scuffling and stuff being knocked over, and I go, "Hey, what the F's going on out there?" And I tried to open the door, but it was blocked or something because I couldn't push it open, so I threw my effing shoulder into it, and it bursts open, and I look around, and my effing cash register is gone, and no effing trace of that chick. I kept my cool, even though I should have just gone effing snake at that point. If you're a rock-hating loser who bags on my store with your internet reviews, I'm gonna hit you right back, so let's effing go.
Okay.
See, that just water off a duck's back, Miss Elizabeth. He got tricked. He got his cash register stolen. On to greener pastures.
So he had a lady friend that he was hoping to
rock with.
Yeah, to have some rock with. And she basically tricks him. She locks him in the bathroom where he doesn't know what to do in there anyway. And then
that's the story.
And then she picks up the whole cash register and just wanders away with it.
Took off with it.
Yeah.
It was a heist.
Yeah.
Well, live and learn.
What kind of cash register? We don't have to get into details, but
I think an old-fashioned one from Safeway or something.
Probably, yeah.
Lance's customer review. So he's sick of people giving him crappy reviews online, so he reviews his customers right back.
So what people would normally do is just improve their product and service.
This guy gives as good as he gets, Miss Elizabeth.
Yeah.
That's part of the principles of rock.
Part of the service package.
Most of my customers have been pretty effing normal, but I had this punk guy in here, and I'm a purist, and I can't give that punk ass the time of day. Loud ain't the same as rockin', and these spiky-haired losers don't know the difference, and none of them could play guitar well enough to be in Skinner or Hatchet, that's for effing sure. So he comes in, and he's got this spiky hair and a leather coat with all the dumb patches on it, like Anarchy and Stop All the Wars and all that other S. And he goes, hey, you got any recommendations for a delay pedal? I'm having trouble deciding. Maybe I could try some out? And I'm all, since when do you punk turds need delay pedals? You should probably start with a tuner pedal first, Junior. And this guy goes, well, life's too short for this. And he just left my store without buying anything. What a loser. Rock 1, punk 0. 2.5 stars.
Okay.
Well, see? That's the thing. This is a different business paradigm, Miss Elizabeth. If you go wandering in a store and you think you're going to cop an attitude and the store reviews you right back, this is the path to a better world, I think.
All the guy said was life's too short to be mistreated by the store owner.
Different strokes, Miss Elizabeth.
Okay.
And it's time once again to look at the stone tablets of rock to read off the top effing 5 effing bands of all time.
I wonder if we're in here somewhere.
Maybe.
Okay.
It would be an honor. Number 5, Deep Effin' Purple. If you're an effing band that can pull a classic tune like Smoke on the Water out of your ass, you belong in the Rock God Hall of Effin' Fame. Number 4, Skinnerd. Wouldn't be much of an effing list without these crazy effers on it. Number 3, AC effing DC. I've been waiting for that for the last 8 minutes, Miss Elizabeth. Foghorn, you can't pull me down today. Not today.
Okay.
ACF and DC, everyone in this band is their own brother, and it effing shows in the bonds of rock.
Okay, he put ACDC like above you.
Above me?
Above the Smile Syndicate.
Above the Smile Syndicate? Yeah? Well, we're not done the list yet.
All right.
Number 2, Molly Hatchet. You spin one of their effing albums and I guarantee your effing foundation is going to get rocked. Number 1, top effing band of all time, Goin' Snake. Haven't heard of them? Well, you will. It's the effing band I'm thinking about putting together. If Mitch Winchell thinks he'll be able to get going.
He put his imaginary band above the Smile Syndicate music.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's listen to maybe let's see what his concept about Goin' Snake is.
If the concept is better than the Smile Syndicate.
It's the effing band I'm thinking about putting together. If Mitch Winchell thinks he'll be able to get Goin' Snake to do an appearance at his loser store after we hit it big, LOL, smooth effing move, Mitch Winchell, you dumbass. So no dice there.
Yeah. Okay. That's one of our audience members.
Lance's
moving away on the their e-pogo stick.
Miss Elizabeth, my appetite for this kind of stuff is pretty much infinite. Let's forget about the rest of the show and let's just get Lance to write us more stuff because this is tremendous. I just feel joy in my heart right now.
Okay.
Lance's rock tip of the day.
Well, I'm glad you're happy.
Always, Miss Elizabeth.
Not always, but right now.
Well, no, rarely. But right now I am happy. Telling that story about that cash register stealing chick has kind of peed me off. So here's a tip for you. Never take your eyes off the cash register, no matter how hot the effing chick is. Hard and fast rules, rockers. Hard and fast. Well, I better get back to doing what I do best, which is rocking and selling the best guitars in town. Thanks for tuning in to my show. It's pretty much bursting through the atmosphere thanks to you crazy MFers. And the best is effing yet to effing come. Peace out. Lance Brock Rock Talk. Tune the F out. Peace over and out.
Did he just invite people to stop listening to the show now?
I don't know. He just got carried away there. It was just a bunch of sign-off lines.
Okay.
You could say that in any order and it would mean the same thing.
Okay.
It all rocked to me, Miss Elizabeth.
Okay.
That's all I care about.
What a friend.
Wow. Well, that was uplifting.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been rocked, but I feel like rocking more. See, it's like a weird pay it forward thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
This like you're turning your nose up at having this stuff on the show, and I'm like, this is like a perpetual motion machine. It's energy coming out of nowhere. It's paying it forward. We're just making podcasting better in general, Miss Elizabeth.
All right.
Oh, and here we go, slamming on the brakes because it's time to turn to the round wheel of mystery to pick a song to play on the Smile Syndicate jukebox. This trillion-year-old cursed object appeared one day in Smile Syndicate HQ, My science buddy, you have no respect for him either, Miss Elizabeth, but he used his box of wires to determine that the devil himself created this wheel in Hades about 1 trillion years ago. And it's here. This malfeasance can't stand. You don't tremble before its supernatural malevolent presence. You don't.
It goes where it wants.
Yeah, it could go.
It goes where it wants. It seems to be different sizes at different times. Occasionally, it takes an interest in baking. And it just gives like baking instructions, ingredients.
This thing is terrifying. We've had exorcists in here. We've had Smileton holy men. They turned tail and ran. None of their wisdom, none of their knowledge, none of their connections to the supernatural could do anything to help us. Where it's us against the wheel, Miss Elizabeth, and it's getting a little bit cocky these days because I don't know what he's been hanging out with a group of bad kids or something. But I can see it right now, and it's covered in swears and it's covered in swear words. And this is a family show. You round wheel of malevolence. You can't be spouting that stuff. Go ahead. So spin your heart out, you lout.
It spins itself. It's spinning itself because it hears you. It can hear you.
Okay. What song?
So I guess it's given an answer.
What song does it want us to play, Miss Elizabeth?
Well, it looks like we need to play We're Better Together.
Jukebox, play us a song.
Sorry, I didn't know that.
That was good.
Really good. That's pretty funny.
The fuss and the fighting are polluting our days. The depths of my mind's I have revealed a new way.
Ready?
Yeah.
We're Better Together by the Smile Syndicate right here on the
Thank you very much for watching this Smile Syndicate video. If you liked it and you want more, come on over to locals.com and you can check it out for free with a promo code. See you over there.